Norway's Kongsberg buys U.S. maker of mass-produced missiles. Norway's largest defense company has completed the acquisition of a California missile startup that makes interceptors and strike weapons designed to be produced by the thousands rather than the dozens, bringing a proven American mass munitions manufacturer into the European defense industrial base at a moment when NATO is scrambling to close the gap between its arsenal and the volumes modern warfare demands. Kongsberg Gruppen, the Norwegian defense and technology group best known for its Naval Strike Missile and Joint Strike Missile, announced on June 10, 2026, that it has closed its acquisition of Zone 5 Technologies, acquiring a 90% stake in the California-based missile company following approval by U.S. regulatory authorities. Zone 5 founder and CEO Thomas Akers and the rest of the management team retain ownership stakes and will continue leading the company, which will operate as an independent subsidiary within the Kongsberg Group. The transaction value was not disclosed. Zone 5 Technologies is not a household name, but its products are among the most consequential new entries in the Western missile market. The company designs and manufactures mass-producible interceptors and strike missiles, including the Rusty Dagger long-range strike missile and the White Spike air defense missile, built around the principle that affordability and scalability matter as much as peak technical performance when the operational requirement is measured in volume rather than precision. Zone 5 has won contracts under the U.S. Air Force's AGM-188 family of affordable mass missiles program, known as FAMM, a deliberate effort to develop strike weapons that can be produced at rates and costs that allow them to be used in the quantities that modern high-intensity conflict requires. The export version of that same program, marketed as the Extended Range Attack Munition or ERAM, has been supplied to Ukraine, giving Zone 5's products direct combat validation against a sophisticated adversary in an active conflict zone. The significance of that Ukraine connection goes beyond marketing. ERAM missiles used in Ukraine provide Zone 5 with real-world performance data, field reliability feedback, and operational credibility that no test program can fully replicate. For a company selling affordable mass munitions to military customers who want evidence the product works under pressure, having rounds in the field in Ukraine is among the most valuable endorsements available in the current market. Kongsberg brings a distribution and international market reach that Zone 5, as a startup, could not develop independently on any near-term timeline. The Norwegian company has spent decades building customer relationships across NATO navies and air forces through its missile and defense systems portfolio, and its reputation for delivering technically sophisticated weapons that actually work at the performance levels advertised gives it credibility in procurement conversations that is genuinely difficult to build from scratch. The combination Kongsberg is describing is a deliberate complement, its own high-end precision weapons products alongside Zone 5's high-volume, affordable missiles, giving customers the option to match the capability level to the threat category and the budget. Recent conflicts have demonstrated the critical role of high-volume defense capabilities. This is exactly what Europe needs, said Eirik Lie, president and CEO of Kongsberg. Zone 5 adds a distinct capability to the Kongsberg portfolio, bringing a proven track record of rapid production, highly scalable and affordable missiles. Together with the Zone 5 leadership, Kongsberg will support and accelerate the company's scale-up and international growth. The broader context is a Western defense industrial base that has been forced to confront a fundamental economic reality. The attrition rates of modern high-intensity conflict vastly exceed the production rates of expensive precision weapons. Ukraine has consumed thousands of air defense missiles, artillery rounds, and strike munitions at a pace that Western manufacturers, optimized for peacetime production economics, struggle to match. The same dynamic applies to strike weapons. If a credible deterrent requires the ability to sustain high-tempo strike operations for weeks or months, expensive precision-guided munitions produced at low rates cannot fill the magazine fast enough. Affordable mass-producible munitions, designed from the outset for high-volume manufacturing rather than adapted from low-volume platforms, represent a structural solution to that problem rather than a temporary workaround. Zone 5's involvement in the Defense Innovation Unit's programs and support for Air Force research labs beyond the FAMM contract positions the company at the intersection of the U.S. military's most forward-leaning capability development efforts. Exactly the network that a European acquirer needs access to if it wants to accelerate Zone 5's U.S. market penetration while simultaneously developing export opportunities across NATO partners.